Hi, shall we look at the wonderful world of formula? And we're going to start a worked examples of substitution and formula using formula of the situation, a common formula, perimeter, the perimeter of a rectangle, and I can show you where this comes from. This is a diagram, sketch of a rectangle. I have a length, the width and the width, and you should recall that to find the perimeter of a shape I want the distance going all around, so I have to add the width plus the length plus the width plus the length. I'm adding, so another way of writing this formula, if I was to ask you to construct the formula, would be P is equal to L plus W plus W. And that's really useful in terms of us understanding the alternative format provided to us, which is 2L. What does 2L mean? When I have a letter and a number together in algebra, it means to multiply. And at that stage, I'm going to sort of give you the opportunity to use the power of the pause to work out what's the perimeter of this rectangle. You've been told what L is, you've been told what W is. Can use the formula and work out the perimeter of the rectangle. And recalling that it should be clear now, 2L means 2 multiplied by the length, or double the length, 2W, double the width, because what do we have? We have the length plus the length. And the fast way of repeated multiplication, in this case, I've repeated addition. What am I saying? Repeated addition. In this case, L plus L, well, it's the same thing as multiplying by 2. That's the key bit, really important part we want to get here. When we have a letter and a number together, it means to multiply. Let's use that idea. You've had the chance to use the power of the pause to actually get an answer for the perimeter. Let's do it together now. Using that idea of letter and number together means to multiply. I would write that P is equal to 2, and I have 2L. I'm told that L is 8. That's the substitution I want to use. L is equal to 8. So I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 8. And 2 multiplied by 8 will give me 16. For the second part of the formula, which is to add 2W, I'll continue writing on one line, plus 2 multiplied by the width in this case is 4. So 2 multiplied by 4. And 2 multiplied by 4 will give me 8. So the doubling the length will give me 16. Doubling the width will give me 8. The combined sum will give me the perimeter of the shape, which in this case is 24. We weren't told what units, so we won't put centimeters or meters. I will just put the word units, 24 units, whatever the units might be. And that is the formula of that is the perimeter of this particular shape. That's the perimeter of shape. That's how you use formula. That's how you do substitution. Let's do another one. The key idea, what we remember in letter and number, if we have letters and numbers together, or just letters all together, it means to multiply. And the other bit as we go on, you need to keep in mind that you always follow the order of operations when using formula. So BIDMAS applies. Let's look at the second one. V is equal to U plus AT. I'll give you a moment, have a pause, read the question, and see if you can do the substitution and get the answer based on what we've done so far. You have a chance. Worked example, let it be your work. So pause, have a go at this one, please. Thank you so much for doing that. What did you do? Let's see if it's exactly what I did. We have V is equal to U plus AT. As we read through the problem, we can see acceleration is 2, and we know A is acceleration, that we were told that before. Similarly, we have U as the initial speed, and initial speed is 4. U is the initial speed, so I could start write it in here. I know that the value of U is 4. The value of A is 2, and then the value of T, the time taken is 10, and T is time taken. So 2 AT means to multiply A by T, so I have 2 multiplied by 10. So what can I write? V is equal to, and you want to write down the formula. This is what you should have in your book. V is equal to U plus AT. U is equal to 4. A is equal to 2, T is equal to 10. So you want to write down the values you're substituting. And then you can now write, well, this is equal to 4 plus 2 times 10. The bid mass applies, the order of operations applies. 2 times 10 is spot on 20. So we have 4 plus 20, which will give you 24. And speed, note speed, initial speed was meters per second, so the speed v will be in meters per second. It was not specified, but it will be meters per second. The other bit I would actually say is that I'm looking through this, and this is an error because acceleration is not meters per second, but meters per second squared. So that was a typo in the textbook. It should have a -2. This is actually a formula you're going to use a lot if you go on to do A-level maths. And later on we would explain in terms of the meaning of the -2. It means meters per second squared for acceleration. For speed, it's meters per second. Remember, speed is distance divided by time. So there you go there in terms of finding the using the formula for velocity, the final speed of the car. In this case, we'll call it final speed. We've done 2 examples of using formula. You've had a chance to do these for yourself. Let's do more practice on these. Now it's off you go. You do the question. I will give you the answer. So the first one comes up, question number 1 there. There's 2 of them to do, A and B. You want to do the substitution. It's exactly, if you didn't chance check the try the perimeter questions before, you have a chance to try them now. So if you go for A and B, please. You're doing A and B, okay? You want to get the perimeter of those shapes. That's what we're working out. And also note, be careful, be careful. It's also saying not just the perimeter, but to find the area. So you want area and perimeter. They have 2 formulae that they've given you. You know, I'll be honest, I missed that one first time, but I have spotted it now. It's perimeter, and also you have for area. Make sure you read your questions carefully and answer the questions accurately. Pause, have a go if you haven't done so already. And for A, in this particular case, A is equal to LW, which is 4 times 2, 4 times 2, which will give you 8. We don't have units again, so we'll leave the answer as what we'll put as units squared. You want to put units squared. This is all for A, and for A, for the perimeter, you want 2 times L, which is 2 times 4, plus 2 times the width, which is 2 times 2, and that will give you 8. We're doing the multiplication first, so 4 2s are 8. Then we have 2 2s of 4, 8 and 4, which will give you 12 units. So the perimeter for A is 12 units. For C, for part C, you don't have part B. Don't let that concern you. For part C, I'll pull the answers from here. What I'm saying is A is 22 units squared, and P is equal to 26 units. Okay, so those are the answers for C, 22 and 26. Right, let us do another one. Let's get on another one here. Number 2. V, look, I'm being nice to you. V equals U plus AT. Now is your chance to try a couple for yourself with V is equal to U plus AT. Pause and have a go, please. Pause and have a go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brilliant stuff. It's my time now. My time. V is equal to U plus AT. I'll write it down there. V is equal to U plus AT, which in the case of A is 6 plus 2 times 5. Bid mass says you do the multiplication first, so 10 plus 6, which will give you 16. 10 plus 6, which will give you 16. And that was for A. And for C, you should have 15. 15 is what I'm seeing here. Let's check if it's right. We'll plug it in. U is equal to 3 plus 1 times 12, acceleration by time. 1 times 12 is 12. We have to do the multiplication first. That's the order of operations. 12 and 3 is 15. So 15 and 16, those 16 for the part A and 15 for part C. That's what you should have for number 2. And we pause and we have a Go again this time. You're going to follow the same format. Here is question number 3. Some more complex calculations, but it's all using whole numbers, positive integers at this stage. Off you go. Pause and have a go again, please. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Let's put in our answers for this one. Where am I putting answers? I'll do a quick substitution. We had, you should be right. Remember, if, oh, and I even forgot. Make sure you want to keep your structure right. So date, title, and learning objective. You should have a data and a task reference. That's really useful to so you can keep track of your work. And let's see what we have here. Q, you want to write down the expression. So in your book, you'll have Q is equal to XY, take away 10, take away 2. You'd write down what X is equal to. You'll write down what Y is equal to 2. And then you would put Q is equal to 10, multiply by 2, take away 2. And you have to do the multiplication first. That's the order of operation. So you have 20 take away 2, and 20 take away 2 is 18. So the answer for E is 18. And for G, your substitution for G would be 8 plus 4 divided by 3. 8 and 4 is 12. 12 divided by 3 would give you 4. So your final answer for G would be 4. That's what I'm getting. Let's just make sure the teacher is not making any mistakes. Question number 6. 6E was 18, voila, and 6G was 4. Yes, you feel good, feel good. Shall we do one more? Let's make one more happen on this one. One more, last question in this area. This represents a nice GCSE papers. They like these, putting a more real life context on a formula. Off you go, have a read, pause, have a go. Work out her pay, please. Very important. What's the pay? Okay, so you've had that one there. And the answer you should be getting, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing 130 pounds. The answer you should have 130 pounds. Hopefully that is okay. And it looks good to me because what we're looking at, number of hours is 40. 40 times 3 will give you 120. 120 plus the 10 pounds will give you 130 pounds. So 130 pounds it is. 130 pounds it is. That's a look at how you use formula. Now what we want to do, let's review negative numbers. Let's start with a review of negative numbers. And that key idea, when you're multiplying or dividing two numbers, if the signs are the same, the answer is going to be positive. If the signs are different, the answer is going to be negative. Really, really important idea. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If the signs are different, the answer is going to be negative. Okay. Let's practice a couple of those. Put it to the side there, pause, try these 4 questions. Remember, if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If the signs are different, the answer is going to be negative. That's how we deal with multiplication and division of negative numbers. So you had your moment. You should have paused. You should have had a go. That's what was supposed to happen. I'll work out 7 3s 21. The signs are the same, so the answer is going to be positive. It's going to stay as 21. For B, what's 40 divided by 5? The answer is 8. Are the signs the same? No. And if the signs are different, then the answer has to be negative. So the answer for B is negative 8. 7 6s, that's 42 if they're both positive, but are the signs the same? They're not both positive, they're both negative, so the answer is going to be negative 42. One is negative, one is positive. The signs are different. And then the next one, why am I saying E there? That means there was supposed to be a question D, which clearly is not there, so hopefully you did E. You have a chance to pause and do it if you haven't. Sorted. Okay. How many 3's go into 24? We would write 8. 8. Are the signs the same? No. So your final answer should be negative. Spot on, spot on. Really key idea. Make a note of this. If this is something you're still working on to perfect, you're not getting, let's say, 99% success. By that I mean, you know, once in a while you might make a mistake, but you have the negative number thing sorted for multiplication and division. That's great. Otherwise, I'll say make a note of this in your book and use it for revision purposes. Let's continue. We're looking at task 33 here, task 33, and now we want to think about that. And I know people mix this up with negative, with addition and subtraction. It's not about signs of the same negative, signs of the same different what am I saying? Signs of the same positive, signs of different negative. That doesn't apply to addition and subtraction. For addition and subtraction, it's all about the number line, moving up and down the number line. Where's my pen to move up and down the number line? Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you, moving up and down, up and down, up and down the number line, okay? You've been given some facts here that you might want to read, pause, read, and take a note of. In particular, how you manage negative when you're adding a negative number and when you're subtracting a negative number. So if this is something you need to make a note of, please make a note of it. Very, very important idea. Adding a negative number, you do the opposite. It's going down. It's taking away. Subtracting a negative number, it's going up. Okay, very important idea. An idea, you've made some notes if necessary. We don't want to waste time note taking. You're only putting it down, making a note of it if it's something you know you think, I'm not that confident on this. And let's just check and make that decision about how confident you are on this. By boom, I've left the rules there. I've given you 5. This time you actually have the 5 questions. Pause the video, have a go at doing these 5, please. Pause the video and have a go at doing these 5, please. Right, good stuff. Let's start, and I need to stop rocking. Oh, too much rocking. Right, so let's go with this. I'm taking away a positive number. That means I'm going down on the number line. It's all addition and subtraction is all about number line movement. That's what you need to be thinking about. Going down the number line, I will get -6. B, -4, -5. I'm taking away, I'm starting at -4 on the number line, but I'm going down, so I'm taking away 5. That will give me -9. And it's useful, if necessary, you draw your number line and draw a little number line for all of them. If I started at -4 and I'm going down, I'm going further away from 0. Going up would have given me closer to 0, but going down, it's -5, -6, and so on and so forth. So that's how I'm getting to the -9. For part C, that's where things get a bit funny. We're adding a negative number. And from the notes I mentioned, when we're adding a negative number, we move down. Adding a negative number, it's moving down. In other words, adding a negative number is taking away. This is -6, take away 7. If I start at -6, I'm going to clear that. And you want to draw, you don't, it's not, I know it's a lot of young people, I know, you know, I see you guys in class and you get a question like this, you immediately turn and you want to look at the number line on the wall. You need to be, in the exam, there's no number line on the wall. You want to be able to build a number line for yourself. It doesn't have to have all the numbers, it just has to have the key numbers you need for your specific question. So if in this case, I have -6, I'm taking away, so I know I'm going down. If I was going up, I'll get to -5 and bigger. Going down, it's going to be -7, -8. And you realize, well, 6, I'm going 7 further away from it. 6 and 7 is 13. What you will get to ... is -13. So if the answer for C, I'll put it in red, is -13. The answer for C is -13. When you're adding a negative number, it is going down. When I'm minusing a negative number, minus and a minus, it's going up. That's the indicator, it's going up. So for D, what we actually have is 7 plus 4, and 7 plus 4 is 11. Finally, for E, I start at -6 and I'm adding 8. This time adding, you're going up on the number line. You'll get to 0 when you add 6. So you need to add 2 more to get for the effect of adding 8. Adding 8 is adding 6 and then adding 2. That's the best way to think about it in this case. And that means the answer we will get to is +2. +2. -6 plus 8 is +2. All positive. So that's a recap of negative numbers. I'll do other sessions on this going much deeper, but that should be sufficient for our purposes here looking at formula for now. And I hope you find that useful. Take advantage of it, okay? Good. Task 34 is what we're going to look at. And I started with a -1, P -1. In other words, what I'm saying is don't even think about this as an exercise. Just get stuck in and let's just start doing problems. So pause, read, have a go, please. Pause, read, have a go. We have a salesperson, substitution, and let's just run through this. So you've had your moment to have a go. I'm going to go through it really quickly. 4n means 4 multiplied by n. So if it's 30 sales, what do I have? P is equal to, and P is the profit. That's what we're reading, is 4 multiplied by 30, take away 50. 4 multiplied by 30 is 120. 120 take away 50, so the profit is going to be 70 pounds or $70. They didn't give units, so we'll just leave it as 70. For 9 sales, what's going to happen here? P is equal to 4 times 9, take away 50. 9 fours are, 36. Houston, there's a problem. That's less than 50. How do we deal with that? Well, it's a subtraction, and to deal with that subtraction, we start at -34. Sorry, we start at, what am I doing? We start at 36. We want to take away 50. The way I would do that is taking away 50 is the same thing as taking away 36 and then taking away 14, because 36 and 14 would give me 50. So if why did I do that? Because I need to take away the 36 to get 0. And then when I take away 14 more from 0, going down from 0 will give me -14. The indication for B, therefore, is that if you made 9 sales, you made a loss. Your profit is negative. Profit is -14. That probably doesn't look as clear as I would like. -14 is your profit. -14 is a minus number, so it's a loss. It's a loss. Damn. You don't want to make a loss, but it happens. Let's do another. Let's move on. Let's keep going. P0, this time we introduce our friend, the decimal. And at this stage, what I would say is I'm happy for you to use a calculator. I want you to try and do these without a calculator, but if you feel if that's being a barrier to you doing this, do your substitution, use a calculator. Okay, right now that's really important. Use a calculator if you need to. So try this one, please. I'm gonna do it in a moment, but off you go. You have your try. 0.02. 0.02. So we know. So we're gonna use that L is gonna be equal to 40 plus 0.02 multiplied by 50. Now, a tricky one. As I said, you could use a calculator, but 0.02 multiplied by 50, well, 2 multiplied by 5 would give me 10. What we're thinking about in 10, so 2 multiplied by 50 would give me 100, and then you're thinking, I need to have 2 decimal places. If I adjust 100 using 2 decimal places, what am I going to get? I'm going to get 1. Just saying that again, how I did it if I didn't use a calculator. 2 times 5 is 10, so 2 times 50 is 100. And then it's not 2, I was multiplied by 0.02, so 100 needs to be adjusted. It made by 2 decimal places. I needed to divide by 100 basically. So 1 is the value, and what we have is 40 plus 1, which will give me 41 as the length. For B, we have T is -10. Ooh, yucky. L is equal to 40 plus 0.02 times -10. The -10, what do we know? If we were multiplying by 10, we would get 0.2. So multiplying by -10, we would get minus 0.2. And where's the 0.2 coming from? Multiplying 0.02 by 10 would have the effect of moving forward 1. That's how we'll visualize it. Moving the decimal place 1 place forward. That's the visualization. The reality is it's the numbers move. So the number moves 1 place to the left is what's actually happening. So what do we have? We have 40 take away 0.08, and that will leave you with 39. I need to go up to 40, so what am I missing from 1 from the last one? I'm missing, what do I add 0.2 to get 1? 0.8, so I'm missing 0.8. So 39.8 will be the solution. And on that note, I think you're ready to really get stuck in and do some questions on this. So very first one for you to look at. Very nice decimal. So yeah, I appreciate if you want to use a calculator, but it can be done without a calculator. You're pausing, use the power of the pause, and you have a go at this one, please. Thank you so much. The answer is going to be 18.4. 18.4. How are we getting 18.4? Well, we need to multiply 0. I'll clear that actually. I need to multiply 0.08 by f. So I have 0.08 multiplied by, and in this case, f is 20. So multiply by 20. I do 8 twos are 16. I have 16. And then the 8 twos are 20. 8 multiplied by, so 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. I'm writing it down. That means 8 multiplied by 20 is 160. And then 0.08 multiplied by 20. What do I need to do? The difference is I need to go back 2 for my decimal positions. Going back 2 will give me 1.6. 1.6. So your final version, what we need is 20 take away 1.6, and 20 take away 1.6 will give you 18.4. So that's the question. That's the answer to this question. Let's look at another one. So number 2, a bit of reading there as well. You pause, you have a go at this one, please. Thank you very much. You're having a go at this one, please. Okay, right. Minus 10 is what we had. So let's see. Right, if I have read correctly, the answer you should have is 14, just because I just want to make sure actually that the answer is what I'm giving you. So we have 1.8 multiplied by minus 10, and then we have to add 32. We can deal with this. 1.8 multiplied by 10 would be 18. We're going to have 18 to start off with, but the signs are different, which means my answer would give me negative, so it's negative 18. So what we have is negative 18 plus 32. Order we can change. It's the same thing as 32 take away 18. That's what we're doing. 32 take away 18, and what does that give you? Well, 14. So the answer, 14. 14 is the value of f. For number 2, your answer is 14. Shall we go to number 3? Oh yeah! Let's do number 3. Let's do number 3. Here you go, another one. It's getting a bit more complicated, but it has to, because I want you to practice so that anything they throw at you in an exam, you can boom, 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 make it happen. Boom, 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 make it happen. Yeah? Ooh, all right, off you go on this one. Off you go on this one. Good stuff. You're looking good, looking good, looking good. This is number 2. Number 2D. Okay. Right. Let's see. The answer I'm reading is 4. Did you get 4? You should have paused, had to go. Did you get 4? If you got 4, do the dance. What do we have here? We want a half multiplied by minus 4 plus 8, and then multiplied by 2. That's what we're thinking. That's what the formula is asking us to do. The minus 4, and I probably put this where the picture is, so I'm going to rub it off, and I'm going to write it at the bottom. What should we have written? S is equal to half u plus v multiplied by t, which is equal to half minus 4 plus 8 multiplied by 2. Minus 4 plus 8. The signs, number line. We're moving up on the number line from minus 4. Minus 4, let's just put that in to deal with that. Minus 4, if I add 4, I get to 0. I need to add another 4, because 4 and 4 is 8, which means I'm going to get to positive 4. So positive 4, and half of positive 4 is 2. Half of positive 4 is 2. And then with the 2, what do I need to do? Let me get that. Half of positive 4 is 2. So 2 multiplied by 2, which is going to give me 4 as an answer. So for P3, the answer we're getting is 4. The answer we're getting is for this question. And we had, yeah, 2D, just making sure we're set up right there. Okay, good. Next one, we got two more before we look at pausing on these particular types of questions. Two more, keep going. I gave you 4 of these. Oh, I said 2 more. I feel so bad. Did I just say 2 more? Well, a question can have multiple parts. So you got these 4 to do, and then one more, which is okay. Do these, please. I'll put up the answers in a moment if you want to work on these, please. 4 of them. Trust me, I'm doing well. The textbook had like about 10. Which one is A, C, G, and E? Question has about 15 other things for this question. So I'm doing good. I only asked you to do 4. Yeah, I only asked you to do 4. Okay, right. So what do we have? We have, for the first one, I'm going to pop in answers now. I'm generally just putting answers now. You should have 80. Hopefully, if any answer I put in is not correct, please say something. But I think I'm looking at the right thing. First one is 80. Then C, I have to talk about C. The answer is going to be plus or minus 4. Did you just put 4? Let me just look at this. C is important, so I'm going to look at it. I want the square root of 10 plus 6, which is the square root of 16. And the square root of 16, remember, a minus times a minus gives a plus. So minus 4 times minus 4 is equal to 16, just as 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 16. Hence the reason for that, putting that plus minus sign in there, because that symbol indicates that you can either use positive 4 or negative 4. It's both of them are valid answers. If you only had one, just make sure you put both of them. I want to say you'll get the mark, but GCSE is changing, and there are questions in a GCSE exam paper which specifically check, do you know that the negative number is an answer as well? So it's something you need to nail. Okay. For E, for E, I'm getting minus 3 as my answer. So that's what I recommend, E minus 3. And G, all that hard work, and what do you get? 0. So for G, 0 is what you should be getting, and I'll just put that in. We have 2 plus 2 multiplied by minus 5 plus 8. And yeah, you can see it there. 2 plus 8 is 10. And then the positive 2 times the minus 5. 5 2s are 10, but the signs are different, so you're going to get a negative. So the denominator is going to be, the numerator is going to be 0. Numerator is going to be 0. I have nothing, so I can't share. I can't give you anything. The answer, the final answer is also 0. The final answer is also 0. Okay. Last one. And it's not parts. I behave. Last one for this. Let's wrap it up. Last one. Calculate the value of f when r is equal to minus 20. Pause. Have a go. Yeah, you got that one running through really, really quickly. You have 9 multiplied by minus 20 on 4 plus 32. That's what you should be having. I need to use the actually, you know what? Yeah, I would expect you to use a calculator on this, but minus 180 on 4 plus 32, which will give you minus 45. What am I doing? Not minus 45. If I split 180 in 4, yeah, it is 45. Yeah, I was right. Minus 45. Why am I second guessing myself? Minus 45 plus 32 is what you're looking at, and that will give me a whooping minus 13. Minus 13. If I start at minus 45, I go up 10, minus 35, I go up another 10, minus 25, I go up another 10, minus 15, that's 30, and then I add on 2, I get to minus 13. So you see how I'm breaking it down into pieces? There's a strategy. You don't need to think, whoa, oh my goodness, numbers are big. How do I do it? You can skip count in tens. That takes you to 30. Then add on 2 more. What do you get? Okay, so those are real strategies you can use instead of just looking and thinking, oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.